Rated G. What's up, guys? It's the MiddleAgedGamer, and we're continuing on with our Transport Fever 2 guide. We are now on the Liberated Markets mission on Chapter 3, which is getting towards the end of the last chapter. Quick disclaimer, we're trying to do things as quickly and efficiently as possible as always. Just because I do something a certain way doesn't mean you guys cannot do it a different way. This is just what I found to be the quickest and most efficient way to do all the main tasks and the bonus missions throughout this mission and chapter. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Campaign and Chapter 3, Liberated Markets. Let's go ahead and restart it.
Germany after
and let's let this baby load up real quick.
Curtain
Beautiful
fallen.
ice train
Many
right
are
there,
convinced
as
that
you can see.
mankind has surmounted
Brings
the
me back to
greatest
my
turmoil,
early train
and history
simulator
will now
days
find a peaceful
of
conclusion
playing the different
in
ice missions
capitalism
and going through the train
democracy.
wash.
State-controlled intervention appears to be an obsolete model ever since the collapse of the Eastern Bloc. In its place, the liberated markets are supposed to help all of humanity
The
to
Iron
attain
Curtain
happiness
has fallen.
and prosperity. Very promising
don't have any
prospects.
Voicemails I need to attend to. Cannot be interrupted in this amazing game. I will be doing a review of the game after I'm done with the main campaign, and I will also be doing kind of a free play once or twice, more than likely on a live stream on the free play, and I may post it up on YouTube so you guys can watch it after the fact. But I will be doing it at twitch.tv/themiddleagedgamer for future reference. All right, it's gonna load the last bit. Let's do this. Come on. It's gonna be a whole lot of track laying on this, and I do want to take my time. I don't think I'm gonna speed it up for you guys until the end, just so you can see what I do exactly, but let's get into it. Anytime today would be nice, assuming it didn't crash. Okay.
The Cold War is
We're gonna skip the
reunited
intro.
at last. Germany, despite the
All right, so we have to increase access to the local public transport of the towns to a total value of 1,500. I will tell you, we're gonna kind of think ahead, because it's going to want us to connect basically, I think, 5 main towns, starting with Stuttgart to Mannheim, Frankfurt, Wurzburg, and down to Nuremberg. Hopefully I'm pronouncing all those correctly. So we're going to go ahead and connect all this. It will get us past the 1,500 mark. And I want to run double tracks, high-speed tracks, the entire way. I want to use the left side of this going forward. So let me just look up here real quick. And what you do want to do, if you see any of these signals here, do yourself a favor and get rid of it, because we're going to lay signals at the end. Alright, so I'm not going to speed this up for you guys as far as laying the track. I'm just going to kind of talk you guys through this worst case scenario. You don't want to lay too big of sections, because really you don't want to start bridges unless you have to. Or in tunnels. Trying to avoid that if we can. Connect that to the left side, and then we're just going to run this track all the way back. I want it to follow. There we go. It's like I want it to follow the other track though. All right, and we're going to wait to do the signaling till the very end. So we just connected Stuttgart to Mannheim. Now we need to go from Mannheim to Frankfurt. And again, like I said, do yourself a favor. Get rid of these signals ahead of time, because we're going to make sure everything is set up 100% correct moving forward. So let's go back and lay some high-speed track, again using the left side. Can we avoid that? That's not what I wanted, but we have to. We can do that, I guess. There we go. Much better. I want to make sure it's on the left-hand side, and it is. And then we just want to follow the track back. Oops. What did I do there? Let's try that again. Follow the track back. There we go. Alright, so now we connected Mannheim to Frankfurt. Then we need to go from Frankfurt on down to Wartburg here. And then to Nuremberg. So I want to get rid of all these signals. It looks like the track's already kind of set up. Minus these signals that actually, we can leave those. We'll change them to one-way signals when we're doing the signaling. I'm going to get rid of this one though. And then now we need to connect Nuremberg down here to the Wartburg. So let's go ahead and get the track back out. Again, high speed, use the left-hand side. I'm going to use a tunnel on this one. There we go. Get rid of this signal real fast on the south side. And then we're going to run the track back on down. Perfect. And there will be, like I said, a mission later on wanting you to run the ice trains to all these towns within a certain amount of time frame, and that will do it for you. So now here comes not really the hard part, but the slightly more difficult part. We got to run all of the signals, and we're going to do one-way signals only for the time being. And we're going to just put them sporadically throughout. I'm not going to put too many. Make sure you get it on the right side, because if you end up putting it on the inside or doing something differently, the route will not work. So just make sure that you're consistent with how you lay the signaling. I just like having them on the outside. It makes it easier for placement. All right, and put one closer. Let's put it right outside the station here. Alright, so we'll run into this station and then out on this side, and we'll start the signaling again right here. Again, place them sporadically moving forward. And then we'll put one outside the station. And then same thing, just coming down. One outside the station. Actually, I'm gonna put one right here just because this will be the busiest station, so we want to have them a little closer together if we can. Just right outside of, was it Frankfurt? Yeah. And then we can start spreading them out again. Alright, so there's already signals here. What we're going to do is just change this basically to one-ways. Do you have to do this? Probably not. It'd work fine leaving them as is. And I like them. They're not as spread out as I want them to be, or they're too spread out, I should say. Alright, let's change this one to one way, this one to one way as well. Change those to one way. And let's lay some more. And we'll put one outside the switches. Go. And on the last route of this journey, okay, ends right here. We'll put one more in between. All right. So that can basically get us from Stuttgart all the way over here to Nuremberg. Now all we need to do is just put a train depot somewhere in this area and get the trains going. So I want to put a train depot right here, kind of out of the way. Feel free to put the train depot wherever you feel most comfortable. I'm just going to have it come in right there. That way, once the train passes this one, the next one can come on through. Now we need to set up the line. So it's going to start obviously here in Stuttgart, work our way up. Make sure it's on the right side of the track. Now in here, it's going to have to come into one of these sidings to work properly. So let's go ahead and change this to 2. There we go. That way it can come back down here. I need to change that to a one-way right there as well. And then come back, and then we're just going to run it on back through. So Frankfurt on the way back, it can come into that siding as well. It's fine. And then run it back down to Mannheim, and it'll go to Stuttgart. So there we go. That route is set up. Let's go ahead and name it real quick. We'll put this as the main ice route because we will be using, I think, the ice trains on it here in a little bit. So let's go ahead and get a train running on this. We're going to use the commuter train for the time being. And there we go. Put it in the 4X. Next step, the industries right here. There's, I think, 6 industries in total, and they're literally outside of each town. We're going to go ahead and set up these industries right now. You could also do bus stations, but I'm going to do the industries first. Just kind of thinking ahead, like I said. And let's make truck stops here. So we need one for the goods. Right there. And then we need one for the materials. Put that right there. So goods and materials. Okay. Let's go ahead and connect the road. There we go. And then we need truck stops at each of the factories. Go. This will, again, we're doing this because this mission will come in later in life as well, or later in the mission. Later in life, I guess, too, right? Alright, new line. Right there to there. I think this is goods delivery, right? Pretty sure. Goods to Manchester. Yep. And then this will be materials to Manchester. And then we just need to set up a road depot to add some trucks to the line. Doesn't matter where you put it. Let's go ahead and just, ooh, we don't even have the semi-trucks yet.
Accessibility alone isn't enough.
Go ahead and put
it's
3 on each line.
The train stops are traveled to on a regular basis, so that customers actually make use of the offer too.
What's going on? Trucks, why are the trucks not working? Why do I have it to Manchester? It should be Stuttgart. That's my bad, but what is wrong with the lines? Shouldn't be anything wrong with the lines. Stations are reporting the problem. Oh, I used passenger, so I'm messing up completely. This should be a truck stop, not a passenger stop. Get rid of that. Let's fix this real quick before we move on. Truck stop, and then passenger stop. And let's just fix this one line. One line fixed itself. We need to go ahead and fix this one though. Goods. And this should be to Stuttgart, right? So let's go ahead and correct the line name. I don't know why I put Manchester. Because I was playing Euro Truck Simulator earlier. That could be the reason. Oh, delete everything. Alright, so let's go ahead and focus on the main mission real quick. We got to basically increase the capacity and the frequency. To do that, we're just going to buy a ton of these trains. So I would say let's start with 6. Let's see what happens. 115 million. And when it looks like we need to buy 1 or 2 more. And we're basically going to end up selling these. Let's see. Don't want to buy more than I have to. And 1 more. There we go. Let's go ahead and get rid of all but 1 of the trains. Actually, I want to keep train 1. There we go.
The newly constructed prototype is supposed to reach speeds of up to 350 kilometers per hour.
And I'm going to get rid of this train too on this track just to prevent any issues.
On which the rolling
so next we need to ride or run the Intercity Express or ICE train, test train actually, to all these cities. And so basically just go ahead and buy the ICE test train right there. And we want to set it on the correct route, which is our only train route. And while that's running, it's going to be basically under the time for each of these stations pretty easily. We're going to go ahead and set up our next items right here. So let's go ahead and send the food and the fuel to Frankfurt. So I can see fuel right there. We'll put this here, and then food will be over here. And then we do need truck stations outside of here. Always hit the wrong thing. And then we need a truck station over here as well. Let's go ahead and set up the roads. So right here. So I think the food's going right there. Let me just double check real quick. Yeah, so food will be on that line. Frankfurt, so I didn't want to put the wrong city name on that one. Oh, I need to put it back in 4X while we're doing this. I was like, why hasn't it checked off to Stuttgart to Mannheim at least? It should have done that. And next one will be fuel to the city, so let's go ahead and edit this. Truck, fuel to Frankfurt. And again, we need a road depot to add vehicles. Anywhere in here is fine. So I'm just going to put 3 on each line for now. Fuel to Frankfurt, and then we also want the food to Frankfurt. So we got one item checked off. The last of the industries is right here in Nuremberg. You can see we got tools and machines. So yeah, machines and tools. Said that backwards. So this will be there, and this will be right there. So tools, or was that machines? I keep forgetting. Tools right there, and the machines there. So let's go ahead and connect the road. And then we need truck stations outside of each one, just like the other 2 cities we just did. And then we just gotta set up the line.
Bravo! Regular operation can get started. The ICE, the Intercity Express, combines the classic advantages.
Right, so let's go ahead and do the main mission. We'll come back to setting that route up here in a minute.
Half as fast as an airplane, twice as fast as a car.
So first thing we want to do is get rid of the ICE test train. Let's go ahead and sell that baby. So we need 8 Intercity Express or ICE trains in operation. Basically just come down here to the ICE one. And we're going to purchase 8 of these. Cool, 366 million, whatever that was. Set them all to the main ICE route. And we'll just wait for that to tick off while we finish up our route over here. So and then we got to set up the, let me go ahead and correct that right there. Next one will be machines. And again, make a road depot as we've done previously. Put this over here out of the way. And we'll go ahead and put 3 on each again. So 3 for tools and 3 for machines. And we'll just go ahead and check out how these routes are doing real quick. Do we need more? No, we don't need more trucks on the route as of yet. Fuel one's pretty far out there. We'll go ahead. I don't want to configure. I want to clone one of these vehicles real quick. So I'll put probably 3 more on this one since it's a little far out there compared to some of the. Let's put a couple more on this line as well. I don't know why I keep hitting configure. There we go. Just added 3 to each of those. Next thing we can do, let's wait until this mission stops. I was going to go ahead and do bus stations in all the major cities to help out with transport, but we'll hold off on that for the time being because it's going to tick off this meters really quick. I think we have some more track lane coming up if I remember right, but we'll find out here in a minute. Now would be a good time to ride one of the trains, right? Oh, that checks off.
A masterpiece of engineering. The ICE, more traffic on the...
Alright, so let's go ahead and remove meters of a platform. I want to use the BY stations to do this because I don't think we're going to use these in the future. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll remove this one as well. Construction's locked on that one, so we can't do that. Let's try this one maybe. There we go.
In the long term, the point is to increase productivity while reducing costs at the same time.
So we got to reach that turnover target.
Are incurred in local mass transit. At the last meeting, staff salaries are the #1 cost driver.
All right.
Longer trains ensure greater
So for this,
capacity,
cutting back
while
on staff, pretty easy. We're gonna go ahead and delete all the trains is what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and, there we go. Cut back on the staff. We're gonna pay the managers back.
Infrastructural buildings that are not necessary for operations are expensive to maintain. The idea suggests itself to dismantle the relevant facilities and sell them off to third parties at a profit.
Alright, so we gotta remove outbuildings and roofs. Let's see if we can do another one over here. No, we're gonna have to do one of these stations. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one right here. Oops. There we go. Hit pay now.
Analyses show that a savings potential exists in the case of travel expenses.
Okay, this is pretty important. We actually have trucks, or 40-ton trucks, where we can upgrade our current trucks that are out there. I want to go ahead and do that because they can haul much more. So I want to replace all of these, and this is going to be this truck right here. And then we got to replace these. Alright, that line's done. Let's go ahead and do the other 2 lines, then we'll go ahead and establish an airline as well. So this one's going to be a little bit different. Everything on this route does need to be a fuel truck. So make sure you don't mess that up. And all these. This might be a little bit overkill for now, but that's fine. Excuse me. The factories will slowly upgrade, which will fill up more of the trucks down the road. Okay, and we got 2 more to fix over here. Probably could have waited to set these up until those trucks came out, but neither here nor there. And last one. There we go. Alright, so now we got to establish an airline from Stuttgart all the way to Frankfurt. And for this, let's see where I can put the airport at. I want to try to do it as close to the city as possible. Come on, there we go. Starting to freeze up a little bit. I think I'm gonna do, I guess we could do right there. What else could we do? I think we'll put it right there. Yeah, doing that would just delete too much of the city. So we'll put it up here. I am gonna pause it for just a second. Just to make sure these guys don't rebuild as I'm trying to lay the actual airport. And then you can use Shift, excuse me, Shift M or N on the keyboard to rotate it just enough. And that will be good right there. I do want to connect this road. Can't talk today, Jesus. And for Frankfurt, we got to figure out where to put the airport at. So let's look at the airport up here real quick. I'm going to put it... It's going to be a little harder over here. So maybe there? Or maybe up here. Let's try to put it right there. We're going to have to delete a couple things. It will rebuild, I promise you guys that. And then I want to use Shift N and M. Actually, that's pretty good right there. Let's see if I can make it more level or not. That's perfect right there. Awesome. Okay. Let's go ahead and connect or set up the line for the air route. Just click on the wrong thing. There we go. This will be air Stuttgart to Frankfurt. Put it back in the 4X, and let's go ahead and buy the Boeing 757-200. We're only going to use one airplane this entire mission. Going to pay that back. So that's good management. Bonus task completed. Now he's got to reach that turnover target. And I don't think we have any trains running, so let's go ahead and add a train. Where's it at? Okay, we don't have a train running, so let's go ahead and buy an ice train. And let's put it on the main ice route. Ooh, got a ton of goods that need to get delivered. Put two more on that line. That line's good. How are the machines and tools doing? It's all good. Fuel and food's doing good as well. Alright, so next stop, or next thing we need to do is basically connect to these regional, and it's going to be an upcoming task, but we need to connect to everything that says BW, because we're going to have basically a regional train go to all of these different locations, including down here and right there as well. Let's go ahead and put the train back here, or excuse me, the train station back here while we have time. It needs 2 tracks. Flip it around. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and connect these. We do want to run dual tracks the entire time. And so for that, we want to make sure that we delete any additional crossings. Especially stuff like this coming up here. Signals there. That's it for the signals. I'm gonna look at all these other stations real quick. That's double lined, and this one is not. So let's get rid of the siding. Alright, so for this regional train, I'm gonna actually run it on the right hand side since the left hand side's taken up. Let's go ahead and do this. And we don't need high-speed track, so we can use regular track on this. Actually, this needs to come on the inside. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. I swear to God, this is that Barbie song. Oh, I didn't even run that track right, did I? It's like a straight rip-off of the Barbie song, like, to the T. I don't know how I didn't notice I didn't get that. I'm a little off today, guys. Just completed a crazy workout, so I think my mind would be a little better, but I guess not. Alright, so we're gonna run, or can we do this? There to there. I got an idea. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. We'll connect these two first. I'm gonna get rid of that signal. One more signal I need to get rid of too, right there. Okay, let's go ahead and start laying track. Okay, we got to fix this. Oops. Try it the other way. There we go. I guess it clicked out of it. I'm all over the place today. Alright. Complete that siding. And we want to again run dual tracks just because it makes things so much easier. Alright, so we need to connect these two stations together. Check up here. Okay. All right, and then we need to connect this with double track going down. Promise we're doing all this for a reason. Going to be the next step after, I believe after this, we hit the 50 million turnover target. There we go. And we got to connect the last station, or second to last. I think we have one more to connect. Okay, and then let's go ahead and put a train depot out here. Higher or lower? Much lower. Let's fix that. So we'll raise the building. We can do that with a period and comma. Raise it up quite a bit, probably right there. Let's see if it connects this time. There we go. Much, much better. Alright, let's go ahead and connect the last station. I want to have it just run to the left up there, and then the track will go back down. Yeah, that'd be good. We're going to have to run it right into there. Trust me, I semi know what I'm doing. Not worried about trying to get the highest speeds possible, doesn't matter. Okay, so everything's connected now. We do need signaling. So we gotta basically make signaling everywhere possible. Don't need any cross tracks on some of these stations because we won't be switching tracks at all since we have dual track all the way. So we don't have to worry about that. Last one there. Right, and then we need to go back down. And we'll start the signaling right here. Hopefully we'll be done just in time to hit that 50 million mark right there. Okay, that's good for the signaling there because we want it outside of the crisscrossing tracks. We'll be finished in time. So we still gotta set up the line after this. Life is fantastic. It's fantastic. Probably butchering the song too, but I still feel like that's a straight rip off of Barbie Girl with a little bit of maybe additional notes and some singing in the background on it. Is it playing it again? Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know if I can get through this mission. Okay, that has the crisscross tracks that we need.
Entrepreneurial thinking pays off.
All right.
Handling the basic
And so,
supply of local
pretty important,
transit
it
shouldn't
says
be
you
left
have
to
to select
competition.
one of these,
Secure the
Bavaria or
contract from the
Baden,
German federal state
Württemberg.
of your choice
And you can
for your
see
company.
there's little initials after the stations. We just connected all the first ones. We don't want to select Bavaria, which is BY over here. We definitely want to make sure we select the correct one, so go ahead and select that one.
As expected, you won the
And we got to
invitation
meet
to
all these
tender and
requirements
got the contract.
to pass the
Provide
provisioning
all
of
the
services.
designated services. The train station in Stuttgart has
And then we'll
long
work
since
on
reached
the
its
Stuttgart
capacity
trains.
limits.
Actually, let's do the
After
Stuttgart train
years of
station
reviewing
first.
all the options, the realization of this
Because
trailblazing project of
it's
the
going to be
century
connected to the
calls
route that
for
we're
one or
working on.
two
I'd rather get this out of the way
compromises
first and
regarding
foremost. So
several
there's a
buildings
whole
not
bunch of things
essential
that
to
we have to do.
operation.
Let me turn her off. We have to do all these things to get past the renovation of the Stuttgart train station. So let's go ahead and just put this in pause real quick, and we're just going to go through this one by one, and we'll do it basically in order. We didn't want to convert Stuttgart into a through station, so it's a terminus station right now, if you see right there. Go ahead and delete it, and make sure we can pause. So we want a passenger station that's 240 meters long and has 4 tracks. So let's go ahead and turn this around and see what we need to do. Can't do it that way. Can we do it this way? There we go. Is that on there? Okay, all the tracks are lined up. Perfect. Alright, next step is we need to build a tunnel in the red area. Super easy. We're just going to build a track there. And it's going to be a tunnel, hopefully. We can do this. There we go. Okay, that checked that off. We got to remove trees in the green area. See that little green circle right there? So for this, go to Assets and go to the Eraser tool right here. We're going to make the brush size a little bit bigger. And we're just going to remove all the trees. Okay, did that. Now we got to demolish houses in the yellow area. Why? I have no reason or no clue why, honestly. That's done. And then we gotta lay tracks in the blue water protection area. Again, I have no clue why. Just do what it says. Alright, that's the Station 2000 bonus task completed right there. Pretty easy. Now we can focus on, we'll put it back in 4X, we'll focus on provisioning of services. So we're at the part where we need to set up the route. Start in Stuttgart, and we're just going to work our way. Let's see what's going on. So I already want this to be on that side. There we go. Just want to check everything, make sure it's coming into the correct side. It is. This will come back around here. If I can put that on 4, that'd be better. There we go. And then this will come back down to here. And then it will come down here. Follow the tracks right there. Make sure it's on the right side. I'll have to check that in a minute. All right, should be good. Perfect. You can see the route's all lit up. Everything is good. We'll put this as train, regional route, and then we need what, 7? We have to travel all 7. We need 3 trains in use, and we got to transport 2,500 people by the regional train. Let's go down to this train depot and run it from this side. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put, let's do 6 on the route. There we go. That will start running. Let's put it back into 4X. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put basically bus routes in some of the bigger cities to try to ensure that we can get 2,500 people in 1 year. It looks like we have to basically get 2,500 people transported in a year, which is going to be pretty hard, to be honest with you. It's one of the harder parts of this mission. And you've seen me do bus routes in previous missions, so this probably won't be a surprise to you by any means. There. Oh, it's kind of a weird angle, but then we're going to go ahead and use the land use layer, and we're going to try to lay this out as best as we can. Do want one by the airport, pretty important. Quite a bit more bus stations than I typically do, so hopefully we can figure out how to set up this line properly. Start there. What did I do? I think I clicked on the wrong thing. Let's restart it. I think I clicked on the train station by accident. There we go. This will be the Stuttgart route. And we already have this. So let's go ahead and put, I don't know, I'm going to use the BK670. You can use whatever you want, to be honest. Put 12 on there. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 more ice trains on, because that will transport a lot of people to get to the 2,500 mark as well. I don't want 12 of those. That'd be way too much money. Is that the ice? Those are regional routes. Okay. I was like, I don't know where the ice train is, but don't want them all back to back if I can help it. And that's a regional train too. Okay. So we have quite a bit of regional trains that are out and about. Let's go ahead and set up a bus terminal here in Mannheim. It's a big enough city, I think, to do it. Right there. And again, we're going to use the land use layer. Connect that road so it can come back around. Let's go ahead and do that first before I forget. There we go. And let's go ahead and set up the line. I should set another road over here as well. I don't want to delete anything. I think that's good. Hopefully it'll turn around quickly right there. This will be bus Mannheim route. And let's go ahead and add a road depot just out here somewhere out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and put maybe 6 or 7 guys on here. Alright, what else can we do? Maybe one in Ulm. We could do obviously Frankfurt. Let's do Frankfurt first since it has the airport. Pretty important. Use 2 big ones, or 2 big bus terminals here, and then the rest will be the smaller bus stations. Alright, let's see how we can do this. So I'm gonna have it go across. And back down. Okay. Not the best I could have done on that one, but it's fine. So from there... Oh, no. Can we change these? I just put truck stops everywhere, which is really annoying. Oh, why did I not figure that out? I did bus stations or bus terminals, but I did truck stops everywhere else. I wish there was an easy way to change that. Let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. It's annoying. Another thing is I gotta figure out which of these I do need, which is a problem. So we're in Frankfurt. So we need this one and that one. Can I remember that? So we need those 2. Alright, let's try this again. That's so bad. Oh, Jesus. Alright, bus stops. Here we go. Let's go back to the land use layer. Took my time doing that, too. Let's come down over here first. go ahead and set this up now. Go back to line 1 and let's add some stations. There we go. Called the Frankfurt route. We already have a road depot there. I'll go ahead and put 12 on this one. There we go. Alright, so we're getting close. We got almost over 2,000 as far as amount of passengers here. Let's go ahead and do one in Ulm too. I didn't do this last time, but I think this is pretty important to get more people riding on the regional track. So bus tram is at the through station. Okay. There we go. And again, use the land use layer. Let's see what we can do. Good right there. All right, so we just got the 2,500.
Very good. Adjustments to the offer and infrastructure in the
I'm gonna go ahead and finish this before we do anything.
So that the targets set regarding key financial figures and capital market viability can be met or even surpassed.
This one sounds like Ace of Base, like a ripoff of I Saw the Sign. I saw the sign. I promise I won't sing much longer, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Now that business and regional transit is picking up speed, it would be
Stop throwing
extremely
tasks at me. I'm
unwise
trying
to
to
let
do
the
something.
competition take the lead in other German federal states. Especially
road
since
depot.
a friend in the Ministry of Transport assures you that your company is guaranteed to win the contract.
Alright, so this will be the Ulm route. There we go. Alright, let's see what it wants us to do. Let's do the local transit monopoly.
You have won the contract. Provide the required local transit services in the 2 German federal states and comply with the corresponding stipulations.
Okay, so we'll do that here in a minute. Let's reduce the local transit first. So it wants us to basically remove train stations from 3 different places that we have set up, which is kind of annoying. Let's go ahead and put it in pause. That means we're probably gonna have to fix the route. And let's go ahead and connect it with tracks. Alright, so that's one. That was the, what is it, Muddlesham? I know I'm butchering that name. Let's go to the regional route, and we're just going to get rid of everything that has that name in it. So just one time. That would be in there twice. Alright. Next is Sinchim. Again, I know I'm butchering it. I need to get this train out of the station though. Go on, train. Leave me. Alright, there we go. Let's delete this one. And then again, just go back to the line, and we're going to delete everything that has that in it. And last one. No train in there, which is good.
Growing returns can be generated predominantly in the categories long-distance rail transport and logistics.
I guess the other option too is you could delete all 3 and just
it's
literally place
advisable
them
to
back.
place emphasis on these sectors.
Alright. Let's see. Let's go and put this back into 4X. Now we got to connect at least the 3 stations in Byron, which is BY. Obviously, this would be, or I guess, make the most sense right here. We're just going to basically go from Ulm to these 3 stations and back is all we're going to do. To do that, I got to put the stations back that I deleted, which is going to be this one right here. Should be pretty straightforward. We do need this. It only needs 2 tracks, probably 160 meters, I'm assuming. There we go. Perfect. It's like it never happened. I do want dual tracks. Both sides, so let's just get rid of that altogether. You have dual tracks on both sides, and this one, now you could probably get away with not doing dual tracks, but I just think it's a lot easier and cleaner to do it. Alright, this one connected. The track routing is actually very good in this game. I have very few complaints. Of course, the longer you go, it tries to make tunnels and bridges and things like that, but that's, I mean, kind of given, or a given. I don't want to remove any buildings if I don't have to. And I'm just going to tie it in. What's the collision? What's going on? Okay. There we go. So everything's connected. I just want to make sure there is a cross point over here, which there's not. So let's fix that. I'll just make it. I was going to try to make it together, but I'll just make it separate, make it easier. And then we got to set up signaling. Pretty straightforward. Let me fix that. There we go, much better. Now let's set up the signaling. Again, we'll use one way the whole way. Shouldn't need a whole lot of signaling on here, only because I'm only going to run probably 1 or 2 trains at the most. I'll just kind of put these a little bit more sporadically than I normally do. There we go. Now we need to set up the route, so it will start down here in Ulm, run all the way up here, and then back down. I'm going to make sure it's using both sides of the track. It is. And I want to check down in Ulm to see where siding it's stopping. Okay, it's stopping on the opposite side, which will kind of free up some of the traffic from the regional line. Okay, so we'll call this truck Byron line, or route, whatever you want to say. Go and add a commuter train to the Byron route. Still got 700 million in the bank, which is really, really good. Let's see how things are doing. Ooh, we need another ice train running. Or actually, maybe not. Kinda. We could use probably another one on there. Let's go ahead and add one more train. We're not making hardly any money, but that's not really the point of this mission. Ooh, Jesus. Okay, so plane should be making money though, which is good. Yeah, it's definitely making money. And it's pretty much filled both ways. No need to add another plane. Mannheim. I might add another ice train too. So you can only make this money using the ice trains. The other option that we would have is delete the regional trains. Okay, there's the local transit monopoly. So we did that by going on the Byron route. I think what I'm going to do is delete some of the regional trains and transfer them over to ice to help that out. Let's do that. Okay, so let's start with of course, the ice route has only ice trains. Let's get rid of all these regional trains. Actually, let's not get rid of all of them. I want to replace these guys with an ice train. There we go. And then on the Byron, I want to replace this. Even though it's not a high-speed route, I use the low-speed tracks. It's going to help earn that 200 million right here, which is what we want. I want to replace this guy with the ice one as well. All right. So now all of our trains are making money towards that 200 million goal. And we'll also have to we almost made the 20 million with our road vehicles already, which is nice, since I set up those routes relatively early. Let's see, can we do anything else? I don't think we need to do anything else, but can we? Adding more ice trains to make more money or make the commute quicker might help. Let's see how, I'm assuming we're losing lots of money. Not as bad as what I thought. There's actually an ice train making money, which is kind of crazy, that first one. I'm going to put 2 more ice trains on the route. Definitely overkill. But the more people we can get transported, the better. So we just earned the 20 million with the road vehicles. Now we're just waiting to earn money with the ice train. So at this point, not a whole lot else I can do. What I'm going to do is probably go ahead and not even fast forward. I'll probably clip to when we get a little bit closer to earning that 200 million, because it's probably going to be, I don't know, my guess would be 5-10 minutes to get close to that 200 million mark. So let's go ahead and clip forward real quick to make this video a little bit shorter for you guys out there watching. Alright guys, we are getting closer. I think it's been I don't know, maybe 7-8 minutes or so, somewhere in there. We're at 194 million of 200 million. So we're getting pretty close, but I think this is the end of the mission. I could be wrong. Pretty easy. As long as you set up the tracks properly and take your time doing that, this mission is not too bad. Keep in mind, if you ever get your account too low, you can always sell a couple of the trains as needed. As you can see, I got way more than enough trains running on the main ice route right there. Do you need that many? No, you definitely do not need that many unless you just want it. That's the only reason why we're in the negative, though. A lot of those trains are not making money. That's it for the mission, guys. We'll go and return back to main menu. I do want to thank all you guys for watching the Middle-Aged Gamer yet again. Please go ahead and subscribe, hit the like up button, and comment below if this video helped you out in any way, shape, or form. And I will see you guys on the next mission on Chapter 3, which is Oil Sands. So that'll be the next video coming out here in the next 2 or 3 days. Definitely appreciate the support from all you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
Don't you know?